Are you going to campaign next for us to leave the ECHR?
Well, I think that our membership of the ECHR is unsustainable. I think that will become clearer and clearer to the British public in the months and the years ahead. It was a separate debate from the one we've just had in the House of Commons on the bill, because I don't think we actually have to leave the ECHR to fix the small boats crisis. But it is a debate I think now we do need to engage in as a party, for the Conservatives, and as a country.
This guy was actually a member of Sunak's government until recently. And now here he is outright saying we should join Russia and Belarus, the only other European nations outside the European Convention on Human Rights. It's completely insane. And I'll say this every single day if I have to. The European Convention on Human Rights protects our right to a fair trial, freedom of assembly and expression, the right to participate in free elections, freedom of religion, freedom from discrimination, the right to privacy, freedom from torture and degrading treatment. And as for his argument we can just leave the ECHR and create our own Bill of Rights, well, that presupposes we can actually trust the government with our human rights in the first place, which of course we can't. In fact, according to International Human Rights Watch, the UK could soon make the list of countries that abuse rather than protect human rights. That's thanks to this government's outright onslaught on the rights of its own citizens. Just think about that. During the past 18 months we've had an anti-strike law designed to rob millions of workers of their democratic right to strike. An Elections Act will lock millions of people out of the electoral process, a blatant act of voter suppression by the government. And new laws will strip back our right to protest and limit our rights to judicial review, an affront to the very principles of fairness and government accountability. And if all that's not enough for you, the government is now preparing to break international law and disapply human rights. Don't just take my word for it.
It disapplies relevant sections of the Human Rights Act.
And just last week, Conservative MPs actually voted to support that. Handing our human rights over to this lot would be like handing a kitten over to a hungry crocodile.
We clearly have a problem with human rights law in this country that is making it difficult for us to achieve our objectives.